negotiation. There's an offer and a counteroffer. The first offer is what the buyer wants to pay. The counteroffer is what the seller knows it's actually worth on the table. And the enemy made you an offer. He said your life is worth nothing, your future is worthless, your past disqualifies you, and the price tag he put on you was 0 and unable. But God just made a counteroffer, and the counteroffer says your value is the blood of his son. And the counteroffer makes the enemy's price tag look laughable. The counteroffer doesn't negotiate from weakness, it negotiates from ownership. And God owns you, which means the enemy's offer has no authority over the asking price, and it's favorable. You were bought with a price, and the price was the highest currency heaven had. And the counteroffer says the enemy can offer 0 all day, but the owner set the value, and it's unshakable. And the counteroffer says stop accepting the enemy's low offer, when the owner of your life already countered with the highest price ever paid. And it's remarkable, you were bought with a price. The counteroffer was paid tonight, and the value the enemy assigned just got overruled by the price of the light. The counteroffer, the enemy said I'm worth nothing, but
God countered with the blood of his son.
and the asking price just made the enemy's offer irrelevant. Oh, the counteroffer, the first offer said 0,
The counteroffer said priceless.
and the negotiation is over, because the owner set the value, and it's heaven sent. You were bought with the price, the highest currency, and the counteroffer stands as the final word on my word, and it's permanent. The counteroffer and the enemy's lowball offer just got rejected, because the owner already paid the asking price, and the transaction is evident. The enemy offered Moses a life of obscurity, but God's counteroffer was deliverer of nations. And the counteroffer won, and Moses walked into Pharaoh's court. The enemy offered David a life of shame and hiding, but God's counteroffer was King of Israel. And the counteroffer won, and the shepherd sat on the throne of the fort. The enemy offered Peter a life defined by denial, but God's counteroffer was a rock of the church, and the counteroffer won, and the fisherman became the foundation of the port. And the counteroffer says the enemy always bids low, but God always counters high, and the final price is never the enemy's first offer, but the owner's last resort. Your enemy just made you an offer, worthless, rejected, finished, done. But the counteroffer from heaven just arrived, and the price God paid says otherwise in the court. And the counteroffer says rejected, the owner's price stands, and the value of your life was set at the cross, and no lowball offer can distort.
Counteroffer,
The enemy said I'm worth nothing, but
God countered with the blood of his son.
and the asking price just made the enemy's offer irrelevant. Oh,
The counteroffer,
the first offer said 0,
the counteroffer said priceless.
and the negotiation is over, because the owner set the value, and it's heaven sent. Enemy bid low, God counted high. The price was blood, the value won't die. Worthless said the lie, priceless said the truth. The counteroffer is the final proof. Is the final proof. Yeah.
The counteroffer,
The negotiation is over, and God's price stands, and the value of my life is the blood of his son. And the enemy's lowball offer was laughed out of the courtroom. The counteroffer and the owner who paid the highest price in history just rejected every accusation of worthlessness.
And the counteroffer fills the room.
From every day I accepted the enemy's low offer, thinking I was worth nothing, not knowing the owner already counted with the most expensive payment in the tomb.
The counteroffer
Stands and the price is final, and my value is set at the cross. And no enemy offer can change what the owner paid from the womb.
The counteroffer,
The counteroffer,
the counteroffer.
God's price stands.
You left the house this morning without an umbrella. You didn't check the forecast. You didn't see the clouds. But when the rain came, someone was already holding one over your head. You didn't pack it. God did. If this sound reached your heart, hit subscribe. More music like this drops every week. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. Psalm 121, verses 5 and 6.
You walked out the door without checking the sky. No umbrella, no jacket, no plan for the rain. And the first drop hit your face before you reached the corner of the street. But before the second drop landed, someone was holding an umbrella over your head that you didn't pack, a covering you didn't prepare, a protection you didn't plan, but it was complete. The umbrella you didn't pack is the grace that arrives before you know you need it, the provision that shows up before the storm, and the covering that makes the chaos neat. The Lord is your shade at your right hand, and the shade was there before the sun got hot. The umbrella was packed by someone who checked the forecast before you left your seat. You didn't see the clouds, but God saw them yesterday, and the umbrella was placed in the hands of someone who would stand beside you at the exact moment the sky opened up in the heat. And the umbrella you didn't pack says, stop taking credit for the covering. You didn't bring it, God packed it for you, and the rain never touched your feet. Oh, the Lord is your shade
At your right hand,
the umbrella was packed tonight, and the covering you didn't prepare arrived before the first drop in the light. The umbrella you didn't pack,
the rain came,
but I didn't get wet because someone was holding the covering over me that I didn't bring and didn't earn. Oh, the umbrella you didn't pack, the forecast said storm, but the umbrella arrived before the first drop, because God checks the weather before I learned. I didn't see the clouds, but the one who packed the umbrella saw them yesterday, and the covering was ready before my concern. The umbrella you didn't pack, and the rain that should have soaked me never touched me, because the grace arrived before the storm met every turn. Yeah. The umbrella was packed for Israel in the desert, a pillar of cloud by day to shade them from the sun. They didn't forecast when they left Egypt in the sand. The umbrella was packed for Elijah at the brook. Ravens bringing bread and meat provision. He didn't plan, didn't prepare, didn't pack what, but it arrived by God's command. The umbrella was packed for the disciples in the boat.
Jesus,
Asleep on a cushion, the storm was the rain, but the covering was the Christ who calmed the sea with one word from his hand. And the umbrella you didn't pack says the covering has always been someone else's responsibility.
your job is to walk.
God's job is to cover, and that's the plan. Your rain is coming, or your rain is already falling, but the umbrella
You didn't pack.
is already being held over your head by a hand you can't see in the ground. And the umbrella you didn't pack says walk. The covering is handled, and the rain that the enemy sent to soak you is about to miss, because the umbrella already expanded. Hey, yeah. The umbrella you didn't pack,
The rain came
but I didn't get wet,
because someone
was holding a covering over me that I didn't bring and didn't earn. Oh, the umbrella you didn't pack,
the forecast said storm.
but the umbrella arrived before the first drop, because
God checks the weather before I learn.
didn't pack it,
But it's here.
didn't plan it, but I'm clear,
The rain falls.
but I'm dry.
The umbrella.
Was packed on high. The umbrella you didn't pack, the rain just stopped, and I'm completely dry. And the umbrella that covered me was packed by hands I never saw, and carried by grace I never earned.
The umbrella you didn't pack.
And the God who checks tomorrow's forecast today packed the
Covering before I woke up.
and the storm that should have drenched me
Was overturned.
from every storm I walked into unprepared, thinking I would drown in the rain, not knowing the umbrella was already being held over my head before the first cloud formed and burned. The umbrella you didn't pack
Was there.
the whole time, and the rain
Never touched me.
and the covering was grace, and the packer was God, and the lesson was learned. The umbrella you didn't pack.
The umbrella you didn't pack.
Grace packed it first. Whoa, 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 An excavation is when archaeologists dig through layers of dirt and debris to find something ancient and valuable that was buried beneath centuries of what the world piled on top of it in the ground. And God is excavating your life right now, digging through layers of pain, rejection, failure and shame, to reach the treasure that was buried beneath everything the world put down. The excavation is slow and careful. The archaeologist doesn't use dynamite, he uses a brush. And God is brushing away the layers with precision, because what's buried is too valuable to break under the mound. The treasure buried under the layers is the original you, the version God designed before the world piled its opinions, its labels, its rejections on top of your identity in the compound. For you created my inmost being, you knit me together the excavation is the uncovering of the original design that was buried under years of debris and confusion on the ground. And the excavation says the digging hurts because every layer removed was a layer you thought was you, but it wasn't you. It was the dirt, and the treasure is underneath the sound. You created my inmost being. The excavation uncovers the original tonight. And the layers being removed were never you. They were the dirt the world piled over the light.
The excavation.
God is digging through layers of dirt to find the treasure that was buried beneath everything the world piled on top of my identity and my name.
The excavation.
Each layer removed hurts, but each layer was never me. It was the debris of rejection, failure, and shame, and the world's claim. The archaeologist uses a brush, not dynamite, and God removes the layers with precision, because the treasure is too valuable to damage in the frame.
The excavation.
And the original me is emerging from beneath the dirt. And the version God designed is more beautiful than anything the world tried to tame.
The excavation.
Uncovered David beneath the shepherd. The world piled the label of youngest and least, but God's brush removed the dirt and found a king beneath the wool and the leather.
The excavation.
Uncovered Gideon beneath the coward. The world piled the label of weakest and poorest, but God's brush removed the dirt and found a warrior beneath the feather.
The excavation.
Uncovered Mary Magdalene beneath the outcast. The world piled 7 demons on top, but God's brush removed every layer and found the first witness of the resurrection beneath the weather. And the excavation says what the world buried is what God is uncovering. And the dirt that covered you was never your identity. It was just what the world put there to tether.
The excavation.
Your excavation is happening right now. The brush is removing layers, and the original design is emerging from beneath decades of debris, and the discovery is better.
The excavation.
And the excavation says the treasure was always there, buried but not destroyed. And the digging that hurts is the uncovering that heals, and it's all together.
The excavation.
God is digging through layers of dirt to find the treasure that was buried beneath everything the world piled on top of my identity and my name.
The excavation.
Each layer removed hurts, but each layer was never me. It was the debris of rejection, failure, and shame, and the world's claim. Layer by layer,
The dirt removed.
brush by brush,
The treasure proved.
buried deep.
But not destroyed.
The excavation,
Fills the void.
the excavation. The last layer of dirt just came off, and the original design is visible for the first time. And the treasure that was buried is more valuable than anything the dirt pretended to be. The excavation and the God who digs with the brush just uncovered what the world spent years burying. And the original me is emerging, and the treasure is free. From every layer I thought was me, the rejection, the failure, the labels, the shame, not knowing they were dirt piled on top of a treasure that God was coming to see.
The excavation.
Is complete, and the original design is uncovered, and the treasure was always there, and the dirt was never me.
The excavation.
The excavation, the excavation, the treasure was always there.
When the hospital releases you, they hand you discharge papers. The papers say the treatment is complete. The recovery is sufficient. You are clear to leave. Tonight, God is handing you discharge papers. The season of treatment is over. You are cleared to walk out. Stay. The best song on this album is still ahead. Subscribe so you never miss one. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and release from darkness for the captives. Isaiah 60, 1 verse 1.
Oh no. Discharge papers mean the doctor checked your vitals, reviewed the chart, and said the treatment is done. The season of recovery is complete, and you are cleared to walk out into the sun. God just signed your discharge papers tonight. The spiritual ICU is closing its door on what you have become. The IV of grace has been dripping into your veins, and the surgery of surrender healed what was undone. He sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners, and the discharge is the freedom document for everyone. And the papers say, get dressed, gather your things. The door is open and the treatment is won. Oh, he sent me to proclaim freedom. The discharge papers are signed tonight, and the season of treatment just ended, and you're clear to walk into the light. The discharge papers, God reviewed my chart and signed the release, and the treatment is complete, and I walk out whole. The discharge papers, the IV did its work, the surgery healed the wound, and the patient walks out with a different role. Freedom proclaimed captivity, and the papers are signed, and the hospital gown is coming off my soul. The discharge papers, the doctor said you're cleared, and the next chapter begins when I walk through that door. Yeah, God signed discharge papers for Israel after 400 years. The treatment in Egypt was over, and the patient crossed the sea. God signed discharge papers for Joseph after 13 years. The pit and the prison were the ward, but the prime minister walked free. God signed discharge papers for the man at Bethesda after 38 years. Jesus said, pick up your mat and leave. And the papers say your treatment season has a discharge date, and the date just arrived. Believe your hospital gown is coming off tonight. The IV is removed and the chart is closed on the sleeve. And the discharge papers say, get up, get dressed. The person walking out is not the person who walked in to grieve. Sign the release, and the treatment is complete, and I walk out whole. Oh, the discharge papers, the IV did its work, the surgery healed the wound, and the patient walks out with a treatment done,
New life design,
gone comes off,
door opens wide.
the discharge papers say step outside. Hey.
Discharge papers,
The doctor handed me the release, and the gown is on the floor, and my next chapter closes on the discharge papers. The treatment that felt like punishment was the process that healed, and the patient walks out at dawn. From every day I thought the hospital was permanent, not knowing the papers were being prepared all along. The discharge papers, a sign the door is open, the gown is off, and the healing is real, and I'm gone. The discharge papers, oh. The discharge papers, clear to leave. When something is frozen, it looks dead. No movement, no growth, no life. But frozen is not dead. Frozen is alive, waiting for the temperature to change and the thaw to come in the spring. And God is defrosting your life right now. The dreams that looked dead were frozen. The promises that stopped moving were frozen. And the defrost is beginning, and you can feel the warming. The defrost doesn't happen all at once. It starts at the edges, the first drip, the first crack in the ice. And the thaw moves inward slowly until everything that was frozen is flowing. The valley of dry bones was frozen, dead and dry. But God spoke and the bones connected, and the flesh appeared and the breath entered. And the frozen army stood up and started going. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live in the defrost. Is the spirit entering the frozen places, and the temperature rising, and the ice is slowing. And the defrost says what looks dead is frozen,
not finished.
and the warmth that's coming will thaw everything the winter froze. And the life is showing.
I will put my spirit in you,
And you will live. The defrost begins tonight, and the frozen places are thawing, and the first drip is the sign of the coming light.
the defrost,
What looked dead in my life was frozen,
not finished.
and the temperature is changing, and the ice is starting to crack, and the thaw has begun.
The defrost,
The dreams that stopped moving were frozen by the winter, but the spirit is warming what the cold preserved, and the defrost has won. Frozen is not dead,
frozen is alive.
waiting for the temperature to rise. And the first drip means the thaw is underway under the sun. The defrost and the life that was preserved under the ice is about to flow again, because the winter is ending and the spring has come. The defrost taught Abraham's promise, 25 years of frozen waiting. But the temperature changed and Isaac was born when the ice finally broke in the morning. The defrost thawed Lazarus,
4 days of frozen death.
but the temperature changed when Jesus said, "Come out," and the grave defrosted, and the dead man walked without warning. The defrost thawed Peter's calling after the denial,
Frozen faith,
frozen purpose, frozen identity. But the beach breakfast raised the temperature, and the thaw restored everything in the dawn.
dawning.
And the defrost says your winter was preservation,
Not punishment.
and the things that froze were being kept alive under the ice
For the season of warming.
Your ice is cracking right now.
The first trip has started.
The dreams, the promises, the plans that look dead are thawing, and the flow is about to return this morning. And the defrost says the winter is ending. The temperature just changed, and what was frozen is about to flow with more force than it had before the
Freezing and the storming. The defrost.
What looked dead in my life was frozen,
Not finished.
and the temperature is changing, and the ice is starting to crack, and the thaw
Has begun. The defrost.
The dreams that stopped moving were frozen by the winter,
But the spirit is warming.
what the cold preserved, and the defrost has won. Ice cracking,
First drip falls.
the frozen dreams,
Hear the call.
winter ending,
Spring arriving.
the defrost,
Brings the thriving.
the defrost, the ice just cracked, and the first drip fell, and the dreams that were frozen for years are thawing, and the flow is returning stronger than before.
The winter came.
The defrost and the God who controls the temperature
Just turn the warmth up. And the frozen places.
in my life are melting.
And nothing will ever be the same.
From every season I stared at frozen dreams, thinking they were dead, not knowing they were preserved under the ice,
Waiting for the temperature to change the game.
The defrost has begun, and the flow
Is back and the spring is here.
and what was frozen is alive and moving, and the winter lost its claim.
The defrost.
The defrost,
The defrost.
the ice is breaking. A life jacket doesn't stop the ship from sinking. The ship goes down, but the person wearing the life jacket floats. And the difference between drowning and surviving is the jacket, not the ship. And God strapped a life jacket on you before the ship started sinking. You didn't put it on, you didn't even know you were wearing it. But when the water rose, the jacket kept you afloat on the trip. The life jacket says the ship can sink, the job can end, the relationship can fail, the health can crash, but the person wearing the jacket floats above what should have pulled them under the grip. Everyone else on the same ship went under, but you floated, and you couldn't explain why you survived the same wreck that drowned others. The life jacket was the invisible equip. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And the life jacket is the with you, the buoyancy that keeps your head above the surface when everything around you
Sinks into the dip.
and the life jacket said the ship was never the salvation I am. And when the ship goes down, the jacket takes over, and the drowning becomes floating, and the sinking becomes a flip. When you pass through the waters,
I will be with you.
the life jacket inflates tonight, and the ship that sinks doesn't determine whether you survive, because the jacket keeps you in the light. The life jacket,
The ship went down.
but I'm floating because God strapped something on me before the wreck that I didn't know I was wearing until the water rose.
The life jacket.
Everyone
On the same ship went under.
but something kept my head above the surface, and the buoyancy came from a source I didn't choose. When you pass through the water,
Jacket inflates.
and the sinking ship doesn't determine the outcome, because the life jacket never loses. The life jacket. And the thing that's keeping me afloat right now is not my strength. It's the jacket God strapped on before I knew the ship would sink in the bruises. The life jacket kept Moses afloat in a basket on the Nile. The ship was a basket, the water was a death decree, but the jacket kept the baby above the surface, and the deliverer survived the river. The life jacket kept Jonah afloat in the sea. The ship broke apart, the storm won, but the jacket was a fish that kept the prophet alive for 3 days, and God was the giver. The life jacket kept Paul afloat in the shipwreck. 14 days of storm, the ship destroyed, but the jacket was a plank of wood, and every person made it to shore, and not one life was lost in the shiver. And the life jacket says, the ship is not your salvation, I am. And when every ship sinks, the jacket inflates, and the floating begins, and the survival is a river. Your ship is sinking right now, you can feel the water rising, but the life jacket just inflated, and your head is above the surface, and you're floating, not drowning in the quiver. The life jacket says, stop trying to save the ship, let it sink. The jacket has you when the shore is closer than you think, and I will deliver. Life jacket, the ship went down, but I'm floating because God strapped something on me before the wreck that I didn't know I was wearing until the water rose. The life jacket, everyone on the same ship went under, but something kept my head above the surface, and the buoyancy came from a source I didn't choose. Ship sinking, but I float. Life jacket keeps the boat. Not my strength, but it's great. The life jacket holds my place. The life jacket, the ship just went down, and I should be drowning, but I'm floating, and the jacket got strapped on me before the wreck inflated at the exact moment the water reached my chest. The life jacket and the buoyancy, it's keeping me alive right now, is not my swimming ability. It's the jacket, and the jacket was placed by the one who knows every wave and every crest. From every shipwreck I survived, not knowing why I floated it when others sank, not knowing the life jacket was on me before the ship even left the dock and was blessed. The life jacket is on and the water is rising, but my head is above the surface, and the shore is inside, and the jacket holds an iron chest. The life jacket, the life jacket, the life jacket. I float because he holds me. Whoa, Lord. When a car pulls to the left, the mechanic doesn't replace the car. He aligns the wheels, adjusts the angles by fractions of a degree, and the car drives straight again on the same road. And God is aligning your life right now. You've been pulling to the left, drifting off center, and the alignment is the subtle adjustment that puts you back on the straight road. The alignment doesn't change the destination, it changes the angle, 1 degree of correction. And the car that was headed for the ditch is now headed for the highway and the load. Make straight paths for your feet, and the alignment is the straightening. The correction so small you barely feel it, but the trajectory changes everything down the road. The alignment isn't dramatic, it's not a U-turn, it's not a detour, it's a fraction of a degree that over distance changes your destination. From the ditch to the abode. And the alignment says the correction has already happened. You felt a subtle shift that was God adjusting the angle, and the path ahead just straightened because of the code.
Make straight paths for your feet.
The alignment adjusts tonight, and the fraction of a degree that just shifted changes everything down the road. And the light, the alignment,
God just adjusted my trajectory
by a fraction of a degree,
and the path that was heading for the ditch
is now heading for the destination.
He designed
The alignment,
not a U-turn,
not a detour, just a subtle
correction
that I barely felt, but the angle changed and the road ahead is now aligned. Make straight paths, the mechanic didn't replace the car, he adjusted the wheels, and the life that was drifting just got corrected to the defined.
The alignment,
And the 1 degree of correction that just happened changes everything 1,000 miles from here. And the destination is now refined. God aligned Abraham with one instruction: leave your country. 1 degree of correction that produced a nation and a covenant and a bloodline that blessed the whole earth and its station. God aligned Ruth with one decision: I will go where you go. 1 degree of correction that took her from widow in Moab to great-grandmother of the king of every nation. God aligned Paul with 1 moment of blindness, 3 days.
1 degree of correction
That turned a persecutor into the greatest missionary in Christian civilization. And the alignment says the biggest changes in history started with the smallest corrections.
1 degree,
1 shift,
1 adjustment
that redirected the entire formation. Your alignment just happened. You felt the subtle shift, and the 1 degree of correction that God just made is gonna change your trajectory for a generation. And the alignment says the car is driving straight now. The wheels are true,
and the destination
ahead is the one God designed before the first rotation. The alignment,
God just adjusted my trajectory
why a fraction of a degree,
and the path that was heading for the ditch
is now heading for the destination.
He designed
The alignment,
not a U-turn,
not a detour, just a subtle
correction
that I barely felt, but the
angle changed
and the road ahead is now
aligned.
1 degree,
Changes all
the subtle shift,
before the fall,
wheels adjusted,
path corrected,
the alignment,
God directed
the alignment
the subtle shift
I felt this morning was God adjusting my trajectory by 1 degree. And 1,000 miles from here, the destination is completely different because of that correction. The alignment and the mechanic who adjusted the angle didn't replace the vehicle. He corrected the wheels, and the same car is now heading straight toward perfection. From every mile I drove, pulling to the left,
not knowing
1 degree of correction would change everything. And the ditch I was heading for was 1 alignment away from redirection. The alignment
just happened,
and the wheels are straight, and the road ahead is clear, and the destination
God designed is in my
direction.
the alignment,
The alignment,
the alignment
1 degree changed everything. A smoke alarm goes off before the fire reaches you. The alarm is not the danger. The alarm is the warning that saves your life, because it detects what your eyes can't see in the room. And God has a smoke alarm on your life. The discomfort you feel, the restlessness, the unease, the thing that says something isn't right, that's the alarm detecting what's about to consume. The smoke alarm doesn't wait for the flames, it detects the smoke, the earliest invisible sign. And the warning gives you time to move before the fire fills the room with its fume. The Spirit Himself testifies with our spirit, and the testimony is the alarm, the inner knowing that says move, leave, change direction. Something is wrong and the danger looms. The smoke alarm saved your life last month and you didn't even know it. The discomfort that made you change plans, cancel the meeting, take a different route. The alarm was the boom, and the smoke alarm says stop ignoring the beat. The discomfort is not anxiety, it's divine warning. And the alarm that sounds before the fire is the grace that gives you room.
The Spirit testifies with our spirit.
The smoke alarms tonight,
And the warning that feels like discomfort
is the alarm that saves your life before the fight. The smoke alarm, the discomfort I've been feeling is not anxiety, it's God's alarm detecting danger my eyes can't see, and the warning is saving my life right now. The smoke alarm, the restlessness, the unease, the something isn't right, is the earliest warning before the fire. And the alarm is telling me to move somehow. The Spirit testifies, the alarm sounds, and the beat that irritates is the grace that evacuates before the flames arrive in the crowd. The smoke alarm and the warning I almost ignored just saved me from a fire. I would have walked into blind if the alarm hadn't been so loud. The smoke alarm sounded for Lot. The angel said, get out of Sodom now. The discomfort was the warning, the alarm before the fire fell from heaven and the city burned fast. The smoke alarm sounded for Joseph. The dream said, take the child and flee to Egypt. The discomfort was the alarm. Herod's sword was coming, and the warning saved the forecast. The smoke alarm sounded for Paul. The Spirit said, don't go to Jerusalem, the danger is waiting. The discomfort was the alarm, and the warning was the steadfast. And the smoke alarm says the greatest escapes in the Bible started with a beep of discomfort that the person almost ignored, but chose to trust, and it outlasts. Your smoke alarm is sounding right now. The beep is the discomfort, the restlessness, the inner voice that says move. And the fire you can't see is closer than you think, and you must be fast. And the smoke alarm says trust the beat. The alarm has never been wrong, and the evacuation that feels premature is the save that prevents the blast. The smoke alarm, the discomfort I've been feeling is not anxiety, it's God's alarm detecting danger my eyes can't see, and the warning is saving my life right now. The smoke alarm, the restlessness, the unease, the something isn't right, is the earliest warning before the fire. And the alarm is telling me to move somehow. Warning given. Move now.
start living.
The fire comes, but I'm gone. The
Smoke alarm,
save me at dawn.
smoke alarm,
I almost ignored the beat, but the discomfort saved my life, because the fire I couldn't see was seconds away from reaching the room I was standing in. The
smoke alarm,
and the God who installs alarms before the fire started had the warning system active before the first spark, and the evacuation began from within. From every time I ignored the discomfort and
lost the key. The door is locked. You're standing outside your own life, looking in through the window at everything you can't reach. But there's a spare key, hidden under the mat, placed there before you ever lost the first one. Tonight, God is showing you where the spare key is. Share this with someone who needs peaceful music today. This sound was made to be passed on. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 16, verse 19.
You lost the key, the one that opened the door to your peace, your purpose, your next chapter. And you've been standing outside your own life, looking in through the window at what you can't reach tonight. But there's a spare key hidden under the mat, placed there by the owner of the house before you ever moved in. And the spare key opens the same door with the same authority and the same right. The spare key says the lost key doesn't lock you out permanently, because the owner always makes a copy, and the copy works just as well as the original in the fight. I will give you the keys of the kingdom, not one key, keys plural. And when one key is lost, there's always another one hidden in plain sight. The spare key is the second chance, the alternative route, the other door, the plan B that God designed alongside plan O, because he knew the first key would be lost one night. And the spare key says, stop staring at the locked door, mourning the lost key. Look under the mat, the spare was placed there before the first key was even cut in the light. I will give you the keys of the kingdom. The spare key is under the mat tonight, and the door that seemed permanently locked just needs the key that was hidden in plain sight. The spare key, I lost the first key, but the owner of the house hid a spare under the mat before I ever moved in. And the door is about to open again. The spare key, the locked door is not permanent, because the owner always makes a copy, and the copy carries the same authority as the original. And the keys plural, not one. And when one is lost, there's always another hidden by the one who owns every door and every lane. The spare key, and the door I thought was permanently locked is about to open, because the spare was there the whole time, and I just didn't look under the mat of the plane. The spare key opened the Red Sea when the first escape route through the desert was blocked. The spare key was a wind that split the water in the night from the east. The spare key opened provision for the widow when the oil and flour were about to run out. The spare key was a prophet at the door, and the jar never decreased. The spare key opened the tomb that was sealed with the Roman stone. The first key of death said permanent, but the spare key of resurrection said temporary, and the dead was released. And the spare key says God always has another way in, another route through, another door to open, and the locked entrance is never the end of the feast. The spare key is under the mat right now. The door you've been staring at has a second way in, and the owner hid it there, knowing this moment would come at least. And the spare key says, bend down, lift the mat, the key is there, and the door opens with the same authority as the first key, and the access key. I lost the first key, but the owner of the house hid a spare under the mat before I ever moved in, and the door is about to open again. The spare key. The locked door is not permanent because the owner always makes a copy, and the copy carries the same authority as the original. And the rain lost the key, found the spare under the mat. It was always there. The door opens, the lock gives way. The spare key saves the day. The spare key. I just bent down and lifted the mat, and the spare key was there the whole time. And the door that I thought was permanently locked just clicked open, and the room is mine again. The spare key. The owner who hid the spare before I lost the first one knew this moment was coming. The backup key carries the full authority of heaven, and the refrain from every day I stood outside a locked door mourning the key I lost, not knowing a spare was hidden under the mat by the owner who makes copies of every key in the chain. Spare key opened the door, and the room is mine, and the access is restored, and the lock season just ended, and I'm walking back in without the pain. The spare key. The spare key. The door just opened. Whoa. A seatbelt doesn't prevent the crash. The impact still happens. The glass still shatters. The metal still bends. But the seatbelt keeps you in your seat while everything around you is thrown forward. And God buckled a seatbelt on your life. The crash still happened. The impact was real. The damage was genuine. But the seatbelt kept you in position while everything around you was disordered. The seatbelt is the invisible strap that holds you in place during the moment of maximum force. And the force that should have launched you through the windshield was absorbed and reordered. He will not let your foot slip, and the seatbelt is the not letting slip. The restraint that keeps you fixed in your seat when the collision tries to remove you from the place God ordered. The seatbelt clicks before the crash. It's buckled during the calm. The protection is invisible until the impact proves it was there, and the survival is recorded. And the seatbelt says the crash was real, but the belt held the impact was violent. But the restraint kept you in position, and the person still in the seat after the wreck was the one who was boarded. He will not let your foot slip. The seatbelt holds tonight, and the crash that should have thrown me was absorbed by the strap that held me tight. The seatbelt, the crash happened. The impact was real, but I'm still in my seat because God buckled something around me before the collision that held me in place. The seatbelt, everything around me was thrown forward, shattered, launched through the windshield. But the belt held me in position, and the survival is grace. He will not let your foot slip. The seatbelt clicked before the crash, and the protection I forgot I was wearing saved me from the space. The seatbelt and the restraint that felt restrictive during the calm became the salvation during the crash, and the belt held its embrace. The seatbelt held Joseph in position during the crash of betrayal, the pit, the slavery, the prison. Every impact impact should have thrown him, but the belt kept him in the seat for the throne and the glory. The seatbelt held David in position during the crash of Saul's pursuit. Years of running, hiding, dodging spears, but the belt kept the future king in the seat of his story. The seatbelt held Job in position during the worst crash in human history. Lost everything in one day. The impact should have launched him into blasphemy, but the belt held and the ending was not gory. And the seatbelt says the restriction you complained about during the calm is the salvation you're thankful for during the crash, and the holding is the allegory. Your seatbelt is buckled right now. You can feel it across your chest, and the crash that's coming, or the crash that just happened, can't throw you, because the belt was clipped before the trajectory. And the seatbelt says, stay buckled. The belt that feels tight during the peace is the belt that saves during the emergency. The seatbelt, the crash happened, the impact was real, but I'm still in my seat, because God buckled something around me before the collision that held me in place. The seatbelt, everything around me was thrown forward, shattered, launched through the windshield, but the belt held me in position, and the survival is grace. Buckled before the crash arrived, the belt held, and I survived. Tight in calm, salvation in storm. The seatbelt kept my form. The seatbelt, the crash just happened and everything around me was thrown, but I'm still in my seat, because the belt God buckled held me through the impact of this lifetime. The seatbelt and the restraint I complained about during the quiet season just became the reason I survived the loudest crash, and the belt held every time. From every restriction I resisted, not knowing the belt across my chest was protection. Buckled before the crash I couldn't see was coming in its prime. The seatbelt held and the crash is over, and I'm still in my seat, and the belt saved what the impact tried to steal, and the survival is sublime. The seatbelt, still in my seat.
A time capsule is a box buried in the ground, filled with treasures that are meant to be opened at a specific date in the future, not before. And the contents inside are preserved until the right moment arrives. And God buried the time capsule in your life years ago, filled with blessings, promises, breakthroughs, and answers, sealed with a date. And the date is approaching, and the capsule is about to be opened, and the surprise thrives. The time capsule was buried before you knew you would need what's inside. The answers were placed before the questions existed, and the provision was sealed before the crisis arrived in your lives. Ecclesiastes says there is a time for everything, a season for every activity under the heavens. And the time capsule opens on God's schedule, not yours, and the treasure survives. The time capsule says the blessing isn't late, it was buried on time, sealed on time. And the opening date was set before the need existed, and the glory revives. And the time capsule says the ground beneath your feet holds treasures that were buried before you were born. And the shovel is about to hit the lid, and the discovery arrives. There
is a time for everything. The time capsule opens tonight, and the treasures buried before the need existed are about to break the surface in the light. The time capsule. God buried blessings in my timeline before I knew I would need them. And the opening date is today, and the lid is about to come off. The time capsule. The answers were sealed before the questions existed, and the provision was buried before the crisis, and the timing is not off. A time for everything, and the capsule opens on heaven's calendar, not mine. And the treasures inside were preserved perfectly for this exact chapter and this exact scar. The time capsule, and the shovel just hit something solid beneath the surface, and the lid is cracking, and what's inside was worth every day I waited for the payoff. God buried a time capsule for Abraham. The promise of Isaac was sealed decades before the son was born. And the capsule opened when Abraham was 100, and the lid came off on schedule. God buried the time capsule for Israel. The promised land was sealed 400 years before the crossing, and the capsule opened when Joshua led them into Canaan, right on schedule. God buried a time capsule for Mary. The Messiah was prophesied centuries before the angel appeared, and the capsule opened in a stable in Bethlehem, right on schedule. And the time capsule says the biggest blessings in history were buried the longest, because the contents required the most precise timing on the schedule. Your time capsule is about to surface. The shovel hit the lid, the date on the seal matches today. And what God buried before you were born is about to be unpacked on schedule. And the time capsule says open, the day has arrived, and the treasures inside are as fresh as the day they were sealed, because God preserves what He buries on schedule. The time capsule. God buried blessings in my timeline before I knew I would need them, and the opening date is today, and the lid is about to come off. The time capsule. The answers were sealed before the questions existed, and the provision was buried before the crisis, and the timing is not off. Buried deep, sealed with the date. The capsule waits, it's never late. The shovel hits, the lid cracks free. The time capsule was meant for me. Oh, 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 oh. The time capsule. Oh, oh, oh. The time capsule. The time capsule. The lid just cracked open, and the blessings buried before I was born are spilling out, and the contents are as fresh as the day they were sealed, and I can't believe what's inside. The time capsule. And the God who buries treasures before the need exists just revealed what was sealed in my timeline, and the opening date was always today, and I can't hide. From every year I dug in the wrong place, looking for what God buried somewhere else, not knowing the time capsule was right beneath my feet, waiting for the date to coincide. The time capsule is open, and the treasures are flowing, and the date matches, and the blessing was never late. It was buried in the lid, just opened wide. Oh, 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 oh. The time capsule. The time capsule. The time capsule. The date is today. the end of every business day, the owner does a stock count, walks the shelves, checks the inventory, and writes down exactly what's left. Because you can't manage what you don't measure on the sheet. And God just did a stock count on your life, and the inventory is different from what you think. Because you've been counting your losses, but God has been counting what's left on your street. The stock count says you still have breath.
That's inventory.
You still have faith, even if it's small.
That's inventory.
You still have one person who cares.
That's inventory.
And it's sweet. Elisha told the widow, "What do you have in your house?" He didn't ask what she lost, he asked what she had left. And the stock count starts with what remains, not what was deleted from the receipt. The stock count says stop staring at the empty shelves and start counting the full ones. Because what God can do with your remaining inventory will exceed what the full warehouse looked like before it was beat. And the stock count says the oil in your jar, the flour in your barrel, the mustard seed in your hand, that's enough. Because God multiplies inventory, not loss, and the count is complete. What do you have in your house? The stock count begins tonight, and the inventory of what remains is enough for God to multiply in the light. The stock count, I've been counting my losses, but God just counted what I have left. And the inventory is more than I thought, and the shelves aren't as empty as they seem. The stock count, breath, faith, one person, one prayer, one mustard seed. The remaining inventory is enough for God to multiply what the loss redeemed. What do you have in your house?
The stock count starts
with what remains,
and what remains
is the raw material for the miracle and the dream. The stock count and the God who multiplied 5 loaves and 2 fish just looked at my remaining inventory and said that's more than enough for the supreme. The stock count on the widow's house said 1 jar of oil, that was the full inventory. And God multiplied the 1 jar into enough to fill every borrowed vessel and pay the debt and the fee. The stock count on the boy's lunch said 5 loaves and 2 fish,
that was the full inventory.
and Jesus multiplied the lunch into enough to feed 5,000 with 12 baskets left over and free. The stock count on David's arsenal said 1 sling and 5 stones,
that was the full inventory.
and God multiplied the accuracy of 1 stone into enough to fell a giant, and the army would flee.
And the stock count says
Stop telling God what you've lost and start showing Him what you have left. Because the multiplication starts with the remaining inventory. And the key, your stock count is happening right now.
what do you have left?
Breath, faith, hope, 1 person, 1 prayer. The inventory is small, but the multiplier is infinite, and He can see. And the stock count says, hand me
What remains?
I don't need your full warehouse, I need your 1 jar, your 5 loaves, your 1 stone, and I'll turn remaining inventory into more than enough for eternity. The stock count, I've been counting my losses, but God just counted what I have left. And the inventory is more than I thought, and the shelves aren't as empty as they seem. The stock count, breath, faith, 1 person, 1 prayer, 1 mustard seed. The remaining inventory is enough for God to multiply what the loss redeemed.
Count what's left.
Not what's lost.
The inventory
Outweighs the cost.
1 jar,
1 stone. The stock count.
seeds are sown.
The stock count. God just walked my shelves and counted what remains in the inventory I thought was empty, has enough raw material for the greatest multiplication of my life. The stock count and the God who fed 5,000 with a boy's lunch just looked at my remaining inventory and said, that's more than enough. And the count ends the strife. From every day I stared at empty shelves, counting losses, not knowing the remaining inventory was the exact amount God needed to start the multiplication and end the knife. The stock count, what's left is enough, and the multiplier just picked up my remaining inventory. And the multiplication has begun, and the shelves will overflow with life. The stock count, the stock count, what's left is enough. What's left is enough.